Frack God to the Frack the Canon. I am joined by CJ and my brother from another mother. How you doing, good sir?
I'm good. I gotta go fast, sir. Gotta go
I was looking to
fast.
gotta go fast to find the cameras, the Chaos Emeralds. So it's about Sonic 2 Electric Boogaloo. Let's start off. What did you do? All right. I'm gonna say right now. I think these Sonic movies are the best video game movies ever.
I echo
Then
that
Mortal
statement.
Kombat. Then Mortal
And now
Kombat.
here, the thing
Go ahead, go
is,
ahead.
the thing about that statement is that video game movies haven't set the bar high at all. You know what I mean? Like they've all kind of. It's almost like they have to suck. It's almost like contractually obligated to suck if you're making a video game movie. You know what I mean? There are video game movies that I've enjoyed more than others. And there's some that I haven't seen in a long time. I'm sure if I watched it again, I'd be able to find all the faults in them. I remember being a kid and loving a Double Dragon, the movie.
That's a movie.
Yeah, yeah,
I remember the cartoon.
yeah. No, it's a movie, and it has Alyssa Milano in it too. Um,
What?
yeah, it was actually my
I
introduction to Alyssa Milano as a thing.
I
Um,
have to watch this movie now.
However, this movie, yeah, like I said, the bar doesn't have to be high, right? And when I look at this movie, I'm like, okay, the first one was something kind of I didn't expect. It was like a kids movie, and it had some cool Sonic stuff in it. It was better than I thought it would be, and it was decent for a kids movie. And it was like to me like the best version of that, like I don't know, weird old cartoon comes to our planet and singles single white dude that has to take care of him. Like to me, it was the best version of that story. You know what I mean? Even though the dude is married, right? Wasn't he married in the first one? I don't know. Maybe he was getting married
Yeah,
in
he's
the first.
married to that the fine woman.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
But this one was decidedly more of a kids movie, but I felt like it was such a nerdy Sonic experience that it elevates the whole thing. Like it's if not the best video game movie ever, it's like it's certainly up there in the conversation of best video game movies made.
I don't disagree. Like I remember seeing the first one. Oh, it's a good movie. There's a message. It's a clear message. It's an all age movie. It's about friendship and like belonging or being the outsider. Sonic 2 was not that. Like you said, like it's to steal from you to quote from the Bible of CJ, verse chapter 69, 69.
Mhm.
This was a kids movie, but it was more fun than the first one, in my opinion. Like you said, the references to other games. Like there's a one scene where I remember when he's helping out Knuckles get out of the water and he's drowning. And he has to grab that bubble. I mean, that's for
Yeah,
the freaking video game. I'm
yeah.
like you said, like there was it was so many references that I'm like, this is so nerdy. Like I got that reference to quote Captain America. I'm like, I got that reference. Like it's cool. The story is not as strong as the first one. I feel. But I think here's the thing. I think there are pros and cons like everything. But I think there was a lot of better stuff in this one, and there was a lot of negative stuff. Like Jim Carrey's performance of Robotnik was awesome. I thought he was way better in this one than he was in the first one. I think that it was a lot funnier. Like I like Knuckles. I'm iffy about Knuckles. Like it was something about him that I don't know what he like. I'm like I hated that he was so myopic with his view.
Hmm.
If that makes any sense. Like,
No, it wasn't, but I think that was like the point of his character too. You know what I mean?
but
Like,
that's what I hated. That's what I hated about that. Though. That was the point. I'm like,
like it was the point. But the thing is, what I liked though is that he didn't stay one note. Like he had an
true.
arc and he grew throughout the movie. Like he had a way that he felt about stuff, and the movie did a good job of letting us know this is who Knuckles is. This is how Knuckles feels. This is why Knuckles feels this way. And so when he has that turn in the end, it's like, oh yeah, it's not out of nowhere because he is a warrior. He has honor. He is all these things that we like find out about him. You know what I mean? Like, and he does start to grow. You know what I mean? Like he does start to understand like nuance more the more he experiences it. But you could tell he's actually coming from a similar space, and I think that's why Sonic in the movie empathizes with him. He's coming from a similar space to where Sonic was in the first one. You know what I mean? Like he grew up
True.
alone. He didn't really have anybody. You know what I mean? Sonic knows what it's like to not have anyone else to interact with and be socially awkward. You know what I mean? Like and be, be someone like that. But I will agree with you. I thought that Knuckles' character I mean, I just felt like it meant that he got better throughout the movie, as the movie went along, and like he said lines that were like funnier. You know what I mean? Like as we like knew him more. You know what I mean? Like I chuckled still like at the at the line where like tells asked Sonic, is it okay? Can we trust Knuckles now? You know, he's like, oh yeah, he's fine. And he's like, okay, well, like hopefully you're not mad that I like hit you with a car. He's like, oh no, that didn't even hurt. Plus my he's like, I was unaffected by that car. Plus my revenge will come when you least expect it, Fox, or whatever. And it's just like, I don't know why I like love that line, but it's hilarious. Or dot 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 dot
those moments, those moments to me were hilarious. But I'm like, why is Knuckles? It was because I've never experienced Knuckles. I play the video games, watch the cartoons, up until before Knuckles showed up, and then I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I'm too old for this now. But I knew who Knuckles was. I remember Knuckles was cool. But was Knuckles always like that in the video games or cartoons?
I'll put it like this. Like, one thing about me, I played a lot more of the 2D Sonic games. So story is present but light. So it's like, you know, in the 3D Sonic games, then everything's voice acted and like there's cutscenes and all that. So a lot of what I've heard from these are YouTuber videos, you know, I'm watching and people talking about how Knuckles is in the video game, and they talk about gripes where they feel like the games make Knuckles dumber because he's the stronger one. They make him dumber, and that's how they kind of get around story wise. And most people were praising that this one didn't dumb him down. It just made him focused, and his focus could cause him to like be misled and stuff like that, you know. So that's as much as my experience goes as to how he is as a character. You know what I mean? Like the original game that he was in, Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. We see the events, and that's one thing I really like. We see the events of this game, so like of the game play out in this movie. So it's almost like the game was like a structure, it was like an outline for the movie, and it's like everything else in the script is like to lead us to like these moments in the game. You know what I mean? Like to give us like an excuse for the game to happen. You know what I mean? Like freaking because like they fight like the same final boss that they do in Sonic 2, you know what I mean? And he defeats him in the same canon way that you're supposed to defeat him in the game, you know. Pretty nuts. And I love that too. I was like, holy crap, we get the big robot. Like we get the big
That was fucking dope. That was freaking dope. And then seeing him go Super Saiyan, I'm like, all right.
It's over, Eggman.
That's freaking Super Saiyan Goku right there. Super Saiyan Sonic. There's no other way around. I'm like, he's Super Saiyan. As much as I love this movie, though, I still have issue with this movie. Like, there's that one thing that bugged the frack out of me was the catfish, the wedding thing. I'm like, why do we have this? We don't need this.
It's like, and I completely forgot about it until you just said that. That freaking whole segment. Like, who thought it would be a good idea to just shove a whole romantic comedy into the middle of this movie?
This ring, Rachel.
Hey, hi.
Everything okay, bud?
Not really. What are you doing?
This is gonna sound really crazy, but I'm gonna need to see that ring for just 1 second. 1 second.
Have you lost your mind?
I'm gonna give it right back, I promise. Please, Randall, it's really important. Can I?
No, bro. Go sit down.
Randall, give me the ring, please. Just.
Okay, Randall, don't look at him. Look at me.
Randall, 1 second.
Put the ring on my finger.
No, Randall, listen to me.
Randall, look at me. Ring on my finger.
Randall, give me the ring. Give me just 1 second.
Put a ring on it. Please, love. Okay.
Like,
because that's what it was. It was the 3 acts in those freaking like 10 minutes. However long that was. That should not have been there at all. I'm like, get rid of this moment. I'm like, the only thing that came out that made me laugh was he goes, Project Codfish.
You too, Agent. Go ahead.
You mean to tell me that this entire wedding was a setup?
Rachel, wait a minute.
That's correct, ma'am. Every single aspect of Operation Catfish was a complete fabrication.
Operation Catfish?
That's the only thing that made me freaking laugh.
No,
That's
listen.
I'm like,
Now, to the point, to what you're saying, right? Like, once I got over the fact that they shoved a whole ass romantic comedy in my Sonic movie, once I got over that, right, I actually realized that they were actually doing it really well. Because like the actress in it, I thought she was killing it. I thought she was like, the stuff she was saying was funny to me. Like, I just didn't want it in my movie, but the stuff that she was saying was funny. Like the little action where she steps out of the freaking cart and like drifts it over there. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Why is this in this movie? But it was making me smile. You know what I mean? I was like, for you guys to, and I guess maybe it was just like, we need more runtime on this movie, and we can't afford more furry characters on camera, so like, let's like cook up a 20-minute freaking all human character story, maybe, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if that was the reasoning behind that, but like, I felt like they did the best that they could with that. um but it was still a stupid scene. It didn't belong. Like, it didn't belong at all. But while it was in there, I felt like it was probably the best version of an unneeded scene.
yeah, agreed. Agreed.
But now
What else?
I did have to, because like I was saying before, like, I really only follow Sonic games in the 2D realm. So I did have to look up what gun was, and that does come from the Sonic Adventure games.
Yeah, I didn't know that either too. I don't know what that means. 'Cause again, I didn't know that until again. I'm like, so a Sonic Adventure, are they a remake of 1 and 2, or what are those?
I don't as far as like timeline wise, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if there is, like, I think there's maybe Sonic Adventure like universe, you know what I mean? And then there's, you know what I mean, there's the Sonic, I think there's different, like a Sonic multiverse, so to speak. You know what I mean? I don't think all
Oh,
the
these
games
multiverses.
share like a continuity, but I do think that there are some games that share continuity. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like, yeah, basically. But to that point, I think that makes that little middle section better. Like, if I had known who Gunn was, like, I'd probably feel better by the time we got to that reveal. But I didn't know who Gunn was, so it kind of fell flat. But apparently they have
Um,
something to do with Shadow.
let's talk about that. Let's talk about Shadow, because I'm like, I know who Shadow is. Again, I've seen, again, 90s kid, 2000s kid, millennial. I've seen all that stuff, but I'm like, I've never played him. Like, I don't know anything about him. So the fact that there's this, and from what I understand, it's a genetically engineered, but he gave him also, like, how did that work? How did that happen? How did Robotnik's grandfather? That's all I knew from the movie. And like any other person, I went to Wikipedia, see what's up, and they're like, all right. So I'm like, so how did that come about? But do you know anything about that?
Honestly, more, I don't know any more than what you literally just said. I
Okay.
don't, because I didn't play the games that Sonic that Shadow was a part of. I played Sonic Heroes, and I played through Shadow story in that. But there's spoilers for Sonic 2, I think, or Sonic Adventure 2. I think Shadow might even perish in that game. So, and we learn in Sonic Heroes, he's like, the Shadow that you played is like a clone or something of the original Shadow or something, and maybe the one that you play, you learn that the one in Sonic Heroes is a clone, and maybe even the Sonic from a Sonic Adventure 2 was a clone of the original Shadow, and like the Sonic Heroes kind of ends with them saying, "Oh, I'm going to find the original Shadow," kind of, whatever that even means. Like, I don't know. Like, right, I don't know, like, but I'm excited. I'll put it like this: I'm excited. I don't know anything about Shadow, so I'm excited for this movie franchise to tell me what their version of Shadow is, and I think I'm sure I'll enjoy that. One thing I would
Then
like
come.
that we didn't get is Metal Sonic, though. But I mean, he's kind of a silly villain that you don't need. Like, I feel like Knuckles' presence in this movie alleviates the need for a Metal Sonic, because he would have served the same purpose. As a fan, it's something I would like to see.
I don't remember him at all. But here's the one thing I wish they would have shown, but they never did in the movies. They kind of did though, was when he would break the robots or the little droid, whatever. Like, they would rabbits and would come out of it. but we kind of got it a little bit in this one, in number 2, when like when he comes back to Earth and he has those little kind of droids that look like wasps or bees or whatever. I'm like, that's close enough. I'll take that.
Which was cool, and I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, cool, they look like the other ones, and like, man, just all the little throwbacks like that, and the little, you know, how he's like sledding down the or snowboarding down the side of the mountain, you know, different things, or when Knuckles hits him and he drops his rings, and like it's just like, you know what that means, you know what I mean? It's like, you've played a Sonic game. He drops his rings, you know, the next hit is it, you know what I mean? Like it was, you know, it was just cool little things, cool little moments. I was wondering how at the end of the movie he got like his they got his rings back, but you know, whatever. It's not that type of movie.
Final thoughts.
Yeah, man, I just really enjoy this movie. I enjoy, and I really like it for the unabashed fan servicey moments that they just put in it. They're like, hey, listen, this is our chance to make Sonic, and we're just gonna do it right, and do it like do some good fan service in this movie, and set up groundwork for a movie that can tell a vibrant Sonic universe, you know what I mean? And I applaud them for it. I think they did a really good job with that. Is it a perfect movie? Absolutely not. No, it's a kid's movie. You know what I mean? First and foremost, it's a kid's movie. Like, you know, I've been talking about how much I love it, but like for the uninitiated, if you don't have kids and you didn't grow up like loving Sonic, I do mean LOVE, like loving Sonic, this movie probably isn't for you. Now you might still, you know, get a few laughs or whatever out of it, you know, and some enjoyment. It's got some cool stuff in it. But like, yeah, if you don't have kids and you don't like love Sonic the Hedgehog, then it's not for you. But if you do have kids or like that type of movie, or you are a Sonic nerd, then this movie is most certainly for you. If you are a Sonic nerd of any level, like this movie is for you, and you will enjoy it.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think everyone should watch it. Oscar worthy. Just yeah. I just like, I love it. Huh?
I said Oscar the Grouch worthy.
Still an Oscar. That's one Oscar. All right. We'll see you same freaking time, same freaking channel. Frag off.